morning, afternoon, or evening, depending on when you are watching us. Welcome to the Talking Show, a place where you can talk about your experiences. Today, we have two special guests. Let me introduce them. First, we have a specialist in education. She has a master's degree in inclusive education, and she has her own school for kids, from low-income families. Please welcome Sofìa Reyes Montenegro de Valle. Second, we have the Ministra in Education of Guatemala, who is very talented and efficient in her job. Please welcome to Sofía de León de Maluma. They are today here to talk to us about the issue of education. So welcome, girls.
Thank you, Amy. Thank you for having us today here, and it's really an honor.
Yes, thank you. And yeah, we're going to talk about our experience and plans for the future education. Yeah.
Okay, we're going to start because nowadays I have seen in news that there is a lot of people talking about equitable education. Can you explain to us what is it? But first, remember that you can share your opinion via Twitter. I can see some answers here in my phone. So now we're going to give the opportunity to the professional, Sofìa Reyes and Sofía de León, to explain to us what is.
Thank you. Yes. Well, let me introduce you to equitable education. Many countries do not offer the same educational opportunities to children from other places around the world. And, that is a big problem, right? For example, in Guatemala, we have a law that says that everyone has the right of having the opportunity to be educated. And it is very important that every school has equitable education so this law can be obeyed.
Okay.
Yes, like Sophie says, the ongoing public health and economic crisis have made achieving equitable education more challenging, even when equitable education is the answer to supporting every student and provide them with the necessary resources to succeed and help our community.
Okay, thank you, ladies. Now that we get the meaning, let's still talking about equitable education. And when do you think that is important?
Yes, as a teacher and as a student and as a mom, I believe that equitable education is a must for every school, and not just in private schools or public schools. It should be for everyone, no matter what. And I once heard Nelson Mandela saying, we must work together to ensure that equitable distribution of opportunities to everyone and empower in our society. And I may say it is true. I truly believe that in this phrase because of fairness builds society.
Yes, I totally agree with you. And it is a nice phrase. And Sofía de León, tell us a little bit more about how you and your team plan to implement this in Guatemala.
Well, I think achieving an equitable education in our country is a long process and that requires a lot of work and help from the educational community. But like some important points to stand out from our plan to implement equitable education are first, now education needs to be free for everyone. Mm-hmm. Then we have to provide appropriate resources and environments that facilitate and support the learning process. Yeah. Also, we need to provide help and additional support to that students that need it. Also, we have to build equity capacity in our education system. Mm-hmm. And last, it is important that to require to all our teachers of the education system a master's degree. Our main goal with this plan is to reach and maximize the full potential for our students to create a better community.
Exactly. As you mentioned, it's a long process, but with good results. Yeah. A clear example is Finland, which took like 70 years to change the style of education to a free and a high level education. So to be able to continue with this interesting talk, we're going to go to commercial break. So see you.
I became a zombie. 난 또 걸어 정처 없이 내일도 다를 것도 없이 그저 잠에 들기만을 기다리며 살아.
2,000 years later.
Hello, we are back. Thank you for choosing us as your favorite experience show. As you know, today we have two special guests, and like in every show we want to challenge these women that in our fantastic game. So it consists of asking questions and they will have to answer. So are you ready, Sophie?
Yes.
Okay. The first question, it is, you only open your microphone and say. So the first question is, who is the creator of constructivism? I will give you a hint. He studied the intellectual and cognitive development of a child.
Oh, Jean Piaget.
Excellent, Sophie. Excellent job. Next question. The second question, it is, who was the Russian philosopher who investigated meaningful learning acquisition?
I know it.
Okay.
Ivan Pavlov.
Excellent. Applause. Yes, excellent. And the third and last question, this is, we're going to know who wins. So this is a hard one. It's a hard one. Who was born in November 17 in 1896?
Oh, Vygotsky.
Excellent job. An applause, please. Thank you, girls. Okay, great. Amazing. Thank you for participating in this game. So now let's continue with the questions. The next question is, how do you think education prepare us for the future?
Yes, as you know, I really consider that education is the basis of everything, such as professionals and young children. So if there's not a good education base in the first years of life, then it would be harder, not impossible, but harder to improve in the future. And if an education system does not look after every child, then who needs education? How can it say that it's fair and equitable?
Yes.
Yeah, and adding to what Sophie says, it is also important for young children to have education since the country can improve on the literacy of every child or person living in the country.
Yes, illiteracy is a very important topic nowadays, and it needs to be treated by the government. However, we're not going to get into that topic until the next time we meet. So let me see here on Twitter. We have a great question for you, ladies. Let me see. Oh, we have a good one from Mariel Tiling. She says, what impact does the education gap have on our communities?
Wow, that's a great question. Thank you, Maria Tilín. So what is what impact does the educational gap have on our communities, right? Well, let me tell you that it has an enormous impact because having education is to have more opportunity to have jobs, or for example, to being able to know a little bit more about everything. For example, environmental care, because they will be educated on what to do is wrong, what to do is right. So I think that the biggest
Yes.
impact.
I think that's important, and impact. Yes, thank you, Sofia. So to end this talk, we can come to the conclusion that the education is the basic for every human being. And to be able to change this, it is a long process and a lot of constant work. So we thank you once again for being present today. Thank you, really. Yes?
Just wait. And I just want to finish with this phrase that says, until we get equality in education, we won't have an equal society, by Sonia Sotomayor.
Excellent, love it. Okay, so we will see you next time. It will be a pleasure to have you once on this channel again, and see you.
Bye.
Bye.
Thank you.